What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, y'all? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, as you guys already know, tomorrow is Wednesday, which means that it's another episode of Chasing Atlanta, which also means that there's another episode of the Chasing Panel. Tune in as Scotty, Jamar, Terrence, Tramiel, Carl, and Jeremy all come together to discuss the brand new episode of Chasing Atlanta, as well as all of the drama that surrounded this current season of Chasing Atlanta. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow right after the show. Then on Friday, make sure you guys tune in for the holiday themed episode of Boys Night Out. It's the 9th episode of the year and the last episode of the year. So make sure you guys tune into that on Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On Saturday, make sure you guys tune in for the live review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. You guys do know that I go live every Saturday right after giving you the real tea. So make sure you guys tune in to that. All right. So with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, as we know, Carlos King just did an interview with Quad that came out on Sunday night right after Married to Medicine. But however, Carlos King also does live recaps on Married to Medicine alongside Miss Dr. Heavenly. Well, apparently Dr. Heavenly did not take too kindly to the things that Carlos King was saying in his interview with Quad. When during their live, he was actually getting checked by Dr. Heavenly and she was shading him the down. Okay. Now I follow this Instagram account called The Borough Chat. Shout out to those guys. All right, I love that. I love their show. I love them. But they posted that Dr. Heavenly confronted Carlos King over his biased interview. Okay, so we're about to go ahead and get into that. And then once we get done hearing how Dr. Heavenly confronted Carlos King, we'll be right back with more. Let's get into it.
Part one exclusive interview. The way Beyonce drops an album in October, girl. Like, no, heavily. Did you gag?
I was like, listen, that is the smartest thing you could have ever did because you didn't tell me you was dropping that interview. I saw that on the vlogs, like Quad heard about her man being on Married to Medicine on the blog.
Oh, I heard about that. You mean her ex, honey, her ex-husband, right?
Which ain't true. But anyway, that's not true. Let's speak truth because I done hear a lot of stuff, right? But I'm ready to speak truth now because I've been feeling bad for Quad because of all the horrific things she's been going through in her life. But never in your life will you going to sit up and lie on Dr. Heavenly because I tells the truth, okay? We're not going to skid around. We're not going to allow to play around and skip the truth and get around the questions like
based on my part one exclusive interview, the way Beyonce drops an album in October, girl.
Oh! Let's get our pleasantries out first because you know.
Okay. I'm pleasant. Are you?
I am. No.
Okay.
I'm always pleasant.
Okay, because you're way more pleasant today than you were at the dinner table.
Absolutely. And you were very pleasant in your interview with Quad and did not hold her feet to the fire for anything. But
okay. The way. Oh, I know. I think the same way you don't hold Dr. Jackie's feet to the fire when she's wrong, like she was at the table.
Dr. Jackie is a professional lady. She has no reason to lie. Her credibility.
I didn't say lie.
You weren't there. All we did was speak out.
Okay. And you weren't at my interview request, so you don't know.
I saw it though. Like, and it was cut up real good.
I know you saw it too.
I go live. So I know I'm not lying.
But the thing with me, unlike you, Heavenly, I let people talk, express themselves without interruption. So I think when you saw my interview with Quad, you probably never seen in your life somebody allowed to speak without interruption. Interruption.
Well, the interesting thing, if you're going to be a true journalist, you have to actually be unbiased. And
I am unbiased.
You are very much so.
Oh no, I'm unbiased. She don't fuck with you, and I do this with you every night.
And I'm saying you were very biased in your interview and your last interview. Ask anybody, Carlos. It ain't just
I'm
me.
Biased.
Yes.
The way I'm biased. The way you're biased when it comes to the Golden Girls. Okay.
Yes, you are. I'm just saying.
No. If I talk to you and you and I do this every Monday night, she don't mess with you. So how am I biased when I talk to you, I talk to her? I think what you're confused is you want people to always see your point of view, and
No.
because you well, you're doing it now. Because you like to interrupt people without them speaking, I think that's your way of forming synthesis and your line of questioning, interruption. I'm unbiased. She don't fuck with you. So the way I do interviews, like I've done with everybody from Nene Lee's, Kenya Moore, Jocelyn Hernandez, I get the exclusives. So the reason why I do is because I allow people to talk and express themselves. I don't come into anything with judgment. You girls come into everything with judgment.
How can we not? We know these girls, and we're on TV.
I agree.
But my thing is, just like you said so much in your last interview with me, you could have had some of those rebuttals with her. But yeah, I digress.
Can you name one? Can you name one rebuttal?
I got a whole list. You want me to go here? We want to do our pleasantries first. I'm just saying.
All right, so that was Dr. Heavenly basically confronting Carlos King about his interview with Quad. And one thing about it, and two things for certain, I may not be Dr. Heavenly's biggest fan at all, but she was not lying when she said that Carlos King is biased. Carlos King is very biased, and this is coming from a person that really, really likes him, but he's biased. And I always call it out every time I'm covering one of his interviews, or anytime I'm covering one of his recaps for one of these shows on Reality with the King. I'm always calling him out on being biased every single time. He is biased. We just got to call a thing a thing. Every time he does an interview with somebody, he sits there and he eats 10 yards out of their every time he does an interview with them. And that's just the truth. He did the same thing with, Nene. When they're there, he praises them and all this other stuff. But when they're not there, he drags. And that's the truth. So everything that Heavenly pretty much said, because when she said, Carlos, I ain't the only one. 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 And I was just like, girl, you definitely not the only one, Dr. Heavenly. You definitely not the only one. You're not the only one that feels that way, honey, because I've been feeling that way about Carlos King, baby. Carlos King is definitely fucking biased. Like, he be brown nosing his ass off every time he's doing an interview with somebody, and it's hella motherfucking annoying. I just gotta be honest with y'all. It's very motherfucking annoying when he does that. Very, very annoying. I just have to say that. It's very motherfucking annoying, and I can't. And she had some good points when she was putting him in his place. Now, she was putting him in his place, and she had some motherfucking good points when it really came down to it. Honestly, I can't lie about that. Everything that she said was on point, and he could barely. And some of the stuff that he was saying about her was on point, about how she don't give nobody a chance to talk, how she don't allow nobody to express themselves, how she always cutting people off. He was right about that, but the majority of this whole thing, Dr. Heavenly was right about everything that she said in regards to him. What do y'all think about that? So before we get up out of here, let's pay some bills. Tramiel has a new song out called Long Days. Make sure you guys pick it up. It's available everywhere. Bando has a new song out called Bando's Dream, which is also available everywhere. Pick it up. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, as well as YouTube. And then Bando also has another song out called DUI, which is also available now. With that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here. And until my next video, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later.